This is why I don't think OKC is ready yet. On too many occasions, there are too many lineups where OKC has guys out there on the floor that the other team just feels like they don't ever have to guard them. And when you have a guy like Shea, who's an MVP caliber guy, but a guy that in these moments has not proven in the playoffs that he can take over in these moments, it's just not good enough to have this many guys on a court that they feel like they don't have to guard. Whether it be Alex Caruso, who started out OT and did not do a damn thing that was good for OKC in overtime, or whether it's Lou Dort, who didn't do a damn thing good for OKC in the entire game, or whether it's Ihart, who's going to miss his go-to patented little push shot 3 feet away from the basket 3 times during OT and go 5 for 14 in this game as a center. There's just too many guys that you feel like you don't really even have to guard, and then you got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in overtime didn't even take a shot. Your MVP player takes the last shot of the game, which I'm going to talk about in a I mean takes the last shot of the fourth quarter, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But then and he misses it obviously because he couldn't hit the damn broadside of a barn in this game. Um and then he goes to OT and doesn't even try. Denver immediately goes on a run and you don't even put up a shot once in overtime. You didn't even, I don't care. I literally do not care if there's four people in your face. When you are the MVP caliber player on this team and you have a chance to go up 2-1 in Denver after winning by 50 points in the game before, you take a shot in overtime. You take a shot. I don't care. I literally do not care if it's 1 on 5. You take a shot, especially when there's guys on the court that, like I said, the other team doesn't think they have to guard. And in this game, they were proven right. They didn't have to guard them. You take a shot. You take every shot. You do something, but you don't take zero shots. It was all Nuggets and OT. It was yet another Aaron Gordon masterclass, man. That three towards the end of the fourth quarter was absolutely phenomenal for them, but he just had a phenomenal game overall. 7 for 11, 4 of 6 for 3, was their second best three-point shooter tonight outside of Michael Porter Jr., who had a phenomenal night as well. 22 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, was their second leading rebounder, tied with MPJ, was their third leading assist man. Phenomenal Aaron Gordon game, and he did a phenomenal job the possessions that he was on Shea. He did a good job in a lot of possessions defensively on this game during this game, so good for him. Props to Aaron Gordon. He was the Nuggets' best player tonight, and overall, he was the Nuggets' best player tonight. Offensively, scoring-wise, the best player tonight for the Nuggets was Michael Porter Jr. 7 for 10, 5 for 6 from 3, 8 boards, 21 points. The man couldn't miss. I'm talking about from the first quarter. I think he was 3 for 3 in the first quarter for 8 points. You could tell it was going to be one of those nights for Michael Porter Jr. I am talking about literally could not miss. And that was phenomenal for them. Having Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. go off in this game is phenomenal for them, especially when you have Jamal Murray having a solid game, 9 of 19 for 27 points and 8 assists himself, having a really good game actually. That was all very needed for the Nuggets because Nikola Jokic offensively tonight was awful. 8 for 25, 0 for 10 from 3, 20 points. Now, he had the 16 boards, but then he was only 6 assists. Not a good Nikola Jokic game. And the one thing that I was thinking this whole game is that, man, if you're OKC, you can't afford to blow a game where Nikola Jokic is going to go 0 for 10 from 3. Why is he taking 10 threes in the first place is beyond me. Because I think he's bailing OKC out every time. In any game where Nikola Jokic takes 10 threes, he's bailing the other team out because while he can do that, that is probably the thing he's worst at on the offensive side of the ball. So I just don't know why you don't have him take 10 threes. You don't have him take the most threes on the team by far. Thankfully for the Nuggets, every single other player on the team couldn't miss a three. So Jokic going over 10 didn't end up hurting them too much. And then also thankfully for them, the other MVP caliber player on the court who's on the other side was 7 of 22, 1 for 6 from 3, 18 points. See, Nikola Jokic at least ended up being Nikola Jokic, at least his teammates were playing so well that it's like whatever. But Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you really only had one teammate playing well offensively consistently throughout the game, and then Chet for spurts was playing very well offensively. Other than that, nobody really played great offensively for you. I mean, Aaron Wiggins in the minutes that he got played well. I think he deserved more minutes based on the way that he played in the minutes that he did get, but whatever. But other than that, man, I don't know, bro. This is the criticism that I've had with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pretty much for the last couple of years is just that when it gets down to these moments, especially in the playoffs, he's never proven to me that he's that guy in these moments in the playoffs. And this isn't fully about him because it's like you can't let Michael Porter Jr. hoop. You can't let Aaron Gordon hoop. You can't let Jamal Murray hoop on a night where Nikola Jokic does nothing. You can't go out there and let everybody else get whatever they want. You can't. When you're the one of the best defenses in the league, maybe the best, you can't. That cannot happen. Lou Dort is out there, and if you're going to go 1 for 6, 0 for 4 from 3, and give your team nothing offensively, you got to do something on defense. If you're Alex Caruso, who goes 2 for 9 from the field, and you're out there for 23 minutes and you aren't giving your team anything offensively, you got to give them something on defense. You got to stop someone on defense. And Lou Dort fouled out, mind you. Like, the man played ass and then played ass on defense and then fouled out. Which I don't really remember him fouling out, but it said he had 6 fouls on ESPN. I just don't really remember the moment where he fouled out, so maybe I was focused on something else. But either way, this was Lou Dort. This was a Lou Dort bum of a game. Like, I'm talking about these. This is the criticism I have with OKC, man. You can have that great defense all you want to, but when you're getting outshot by the freaking Nuggets because you only hit 9 of 35 threes and they hit 16 of 40, you can't have a night where your defense does not do well, where Shai plays like ass, where half of your players play like ass offensively. You can't have that night. And if Nikola Jokic were to play like his normal self, you lose by 40 in this game. If he plays like the MVP version of himself, you lose by 25 to 40 points in this game. This was a game that OKC had the chance of taking, even though they were playing like ass. And then you get to OT and blow it, but it should have never went to OT because I don't give a damn what anybody says. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is their best player. I understand that. When he's having a night like tonight, no way does he get the last shot in the fourth quarter over J-Dub. No way. There is not a singular chance that if I am Mark Dayton, I'm happy with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting the last shot of the fourth quarter after having an absolutely terrible night over J-Dub, who has been your most consistent offense and was your most consistent offense not only throughout the game, but in that fourth quarter as well. Shit, I would have rather Chet took that hoe. Damn near. No, I wouldn't have. But still, J-Dub has to get the ball there. He has to. Now, if he gets it, he can't get anything, he passes it off to Shai, whatever. But J-Dub has to touch the ball on that possession, considering the fact that Shai has been out there doing literally nothing for the entire game. I'm talking about, man, and the thing that pisses me off so much about this game is that for at least the first half of this game, the OKC Thunder were getting better looks than the Denver Nuggets. They just weren't hitting them. And then in the second half, it's like, okay, Shai in particular wasn't even getting good looks. But when he was, it's like, miss layup, he misses layups. Alex Caruso missed a wide open layup. I'm watching iHeart airball his patented shot in the fourth quarter, in overtime, after he didn't miss one in the first quarter. Were the lights too bright, buddy? OKC should have won. OKC blew that game. Denver won it. Aaron Gordon, like I said, masterclass. MPJ, phenomenal game. Jamal Murray, great game. But OKC blew that game. Now, in the fourth quarter at least. Now, in overtime, Denver took it. Like, in overtime, Denver went out there and they said, okay, bet. We have the championship experience. We are that team. We have the best player in the world. We don't give a damn about no weak-ass Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We're going to go out here and we're going to say he's not a killer for real because he didn't even take a freaking shot. We're going to say, let's go out of here and let's go on a run. Let's close this out in front of our home crowd. We coming back now. We have all the momentum in the series. Even though we just lost by 50 the game before, we have all the momentum of the series going into game 4 at home. I'm sorry, but this was a terrible look for OKC. Just a terrible look for OKC, man. Cavs at Pacers. Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, DeAndre Hunter all come back, and the Cavs come out and they start this game insanely hot. Miles Turner scored, I think, all of the first 8 points for the Pacers, which is insane. But bro, the Cavs just came out hot offensively, and in the first quarter at least, and then in the end of the first quarter, it's like midway through towards the end of the first quarter, Indiana went on a crazy run that had me thinking, oh man, no way. That had me thinking there is no way you're about to be a fully healthy Cavs team, come out to a super hot start, and then you choke. No way. And thankfully for the Cavs, they didn't. But it looked like it during that run. I'm talking about Evan Mobley. Oh, Evan Mobley couldn't catch a basketball. Benedict Mathurin came into the game and looked like the Pacers' best player immediately. But it was the offensive boards for the Cavs that in that first quarter and throughout the entirety of the game just kept them in it and eventually helped them win in a blowout. Ty Jerome, man, has had a phenomenally bad series. Like, I'm talking about the type of series that has been hard to watch, like to the point where he was in there in the first quarter, second quarter, and I'm saying get him out of the game. I don't want to see him back in for the rest of the game. Like, he did not do a damn thing today, and he better be thanking God that Donovan Mitchell has been on an absolute tear this season. This series. He better be thanking God that Jared Allen had a phenomenal game. He better be thanking God that Evan Mobley in his return played well. He better thank God that Max Strus went out there and went 8 for 12 and had his best game of the series, because if they lose, I'm out here. So I'm giving Ty Jerome 100 bars, because 1 for 8, buddy. You don't play defense. Like, it was to the point where you were so ass today, you only got 13 minutes. Sam Morrell, who was 1 for 5, mind you, got more minutes than you today because you were that ass. Dean Wade, who didn't make a shot, mind you, got more minutes today because you were that ass. DeAndre Hunter, I'm not going to give you any bars at all. It was your first game back from injury. Even though you only missed 1 game, I'm not going to give you any bars at all. It's playoffs. That timing was off. Everything like that. It just was an awkward game. It was an awkward return. Whatever. Darius Garland, I'm not going to give you too many bars either, because you actually missed a significant amount of time. You missed like 2 weeks of hoops in the playoffs with a toe injury, so you couldn't even really condition. That's tough. And then you were in foul trouble for like the entirety of the game. So you're not going to get 100 bars from me right now. But like I said, great game from Evan Mobley. Great game from Jared Allen. Great game from Max Strus. But it's been all Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell gets to the paint and gets shots at the rim at will. I'm talking about the Pacers cannot stop that man from getting shots at the rim. And this was his most efficient game of the series, even though he still didn't shoot necessarily phenomenally from 3. But he doesn't need to, because this man's dropping 40-point games and he's getting 20 shots at the rim a night, like consistently. The Pacers cannot do a damn thing to stop Donovan Mitchell from getting to the paint and getting towards the rim. And he's been dominant. He has been easily the best player in this entire series and just dominant. Like, he's been damn near the best player of this second round. Matter of fact, not damn near. He might. Let me think. He's been the best player of this second round, Donovan Mitchell. Like, he has been hooping, man. It was all Cavs in the second quarter after that first quarter run that helped the Pacers tie the game, or that led to the Pacers tying the game. It was all Cavs in the second quarter. And then it was just pretty much all Cavs in there, aside from like a small Pacers run in like the fourth quarter that had the building rocking. And then the Cavs immediately shut all that down. Tyrese Halliburton, worst game of the series, absolutely no aggressiveness. But you played so well in the first 2 games that I'm going to give you a pass, even though I didn't watch game 2 because I was on vacation. So I've just heard that you played well in game 2. And I was tapped in still. I was watching YouTube videos and whatever, blah, 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 blah. I caught up on a lot of those podcasts, YouTube videos, recap videos and stuff today. But from everything that I've been hearing from multiple different sources, you were a very massive reason that the Pacers were up 2-0. And then today you were a very massive reason that the Pacers lost, but it wasn't just you. Siakam didn't do a damn thing. Siakam had actually their second best. He was their second best player tonight outside of Benedict Mathurin. But like, when Benedict Mathurin's your best player off the bench, you have a problem. Like, Andrew Nembhard didn't do a damn thing. Aaron Nesmith didn't do a damn thing. Outside of the first quarter, Miles Turner didn't do a damn thing. Did I mention Andrew Nembhard? Didn't do a damn thing. Like, it was just they didn't do much. And I was blaming the Cavs being down 2-0 mostly on injuries, but like at the same time, Ty Jerome had been terrible. Hallie had been hooping, so it was on a lot of things, but it is. I do not believe that it's a coincidence that in the first game where the Cavs are fully healthy, they win by 20. I just don't believe that. I missed a lot of hoops. I haven't been watching much hoops, so I'm not going to talk too much about any of these other series because I was on vacation getting engaged. She said yes, by the way. But anyways, I was dealing with all that stuff. I was, living my best life. But there is one team I want to talk about, there's one series I want to talk about, the Boston Celtics versus the New York Knicks. Jason Tatum. Oh, Jason Tatum. As a fan of yours, as a guy that's been a fan of yours since the first time I saw you play when I was in 7th grade and you were in high school in the at the Chaminade gym, and like I said, when I was in 7th grade, he was a senior in high school. What the fuck are you doing? Jaylen Brown, you better thank God Jason Tatum has been playing like he has hands for feet and kneecaps for feet. I mean, like he has feet for hands and kneecaps for feet. You better thank God that's how Jason Tatum's been playing, because if he hadn't been playing this badly, you would be the one getting the 100 bars, because you have not done a damn thing. Kristaps Porzingis, I hope you're okay. I really do. Does anyone know what's going on with him, though? And I'm not even going to talk about the stuff that I've been seeing on Twitter, because I'm just assuming that's all cap. But is he okay? Like, does anyone actually genuinely know what's going on with him? Because, like, it's just weird. How do you as the Celtics not only blow a 20-point lead in back-to-back games, which is the first time this has been done in NBA playoff history? Not only did you do that, but you did it at home when Jalen Brunson had a bad game in game 2 and Karl-Anthony Towns had a bad game in game 1. And you still managed to blow 2 20-point leads at home in one of the loudest, most electric atmospheres in basketball as the defending champions, with an All-NBA first-team player on your team, with probably the most loaded starting 5 in basketball that we all thought. How? Joe Mazzulla. You know you can shoot 2-pointers. Like, it's okay to shoot 2s, because I heard a stat, and I don't know if it's true, but if it is true, this is insane. I think it was in the third quarter of game 2, the Boston Celtics shot 20 shots. Guess how many of them were 3s? That's right, 19, and I think they only hit one of them hoes. Oh my goodness. I don't know if they only hit one of them. That might not have been part of the stat, but I know from the stat that I heard, they went in there in that third quarter and they shot 20 shots, and 19 of them hoes were 3s. And I think the only 2-pointer they shot was like a fast break layup. Mind you, the Celtics are probably breaking it up after this playoffs because of the money and everything like that. Like, they're just too expensive. The second apron has got every NBA team in a stranglehold. And on y'all, what is about to be y'all's last dance, you go out there in round 2 versus the Knicks in a series where literally nobody thought you would lose, and you blow 2 20-point leads at home in game 1 and game 2 to go down 0-2 headed into Madison Square Garden tomorrow. Oh, Jason Tatum, if I see one more clip of you getting switched, or Jalen Brunson getting switched onto you and you shoot a step back 3, if I see one more clip of Jalen Brunson getting switched onto any Celtic and y'all don't immediately take advantage of that, I'm going to lose it. If I see one more clip of Jason Tatum not being able to get around Karl-Anthony Towns in space, I'm going to lose it. If I see one more clip of Jason Tatum not being able to finish at the rim, I'm going to lose it. If I watch any more Boston Celtics basketball, I'm probably going to lose it, because y'all are ass. All right, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching this video. OKC, I'm very disappointed in you. Boston, I picked you to win the championship. Please lock it the hell in. Steph Curry that series is probably done. Steph Curry, I hope you're doing okay. One thing I didn't mention, Darius Garland. It looked like that toe injury started to bother you a little bit later in the fourth quarter of this game. Hope that's okay. Is there anything else I meant to say? Anything else I need to say? Cavs are going to tie this up next game. All right? Okay. Wow. Like, all glory to God, man. But, like, there's no but to that. All glory to God. And then it's like a whole separate statement. Jason Tatum, what are you doing? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, what did you do today? Disappointed.